Shaun Wenui was a rising star of New Zealand rugby whose sudden death in a single-vehicle crash near Tauranga stunned the sporting world. Born in Whatatutu in the Gisborne region, Wenui developed his game at Mount Albert Grammar, Takapuna Grammar, and St. Peter's College before breaking into provincial rugby with Tauranga in 2014 and earning selection to the New Zealand under-20 side a year later. A versatile back, he joined the Crusaders for 2 seasons in 2016-17, then moved to the Chiefs, amassing 44 Super Rugby caps and 90 points through his electric wing play, including a Super Rugby record 5-try haul against the Waratahs in June 2021. That same year, he signed a short-term deal with Bay of Plenty, and ever proud of his roots, earned 10 caps for the Maori All Blacks between 2015 and 2021, tallying 40 points and proudly representing his Nai Tuho and Ngati Porou heritage. That on the morning of October 18, 2021, Wenui was driving alone on State Highway 33 through Oane when his car left the roadway and struck a tree at McLaren Falls Park. He was pronounced dead at the scene at approximately 7:50 a.m. Bay of Plenty police confirmed the single-vehicle crash, and New Zealand authorities later revealed the coroner was treating the incident as a suspected suicide. Wenui left behind his wife, Paige, and their 2 young children, Kawariki and Arehia. Within days, more than 171,000 New Zealand dollars was raised via Givealo to support his family. Tributes poured in from former teammates and opponents alike. The Chiefs donned black armbands, the All Blacks performed a haka in his honor before their test against the United States in Washington, and the Maori All Blacks invoked haka te Timatanga to commemorate him before facing Ireland in 2022. His tangihanga was held at Te Wainui Mary in Whatatutu on October 24, 2021, a fitting farewell on the whenua that shaped him, as the rugby community mourned the loss of a supremely talented player whose infectious smile and fierce pride in his culture left a lasting legacy. Former Blues and Tonga halfback Taniela Moa has tragically passed away at the age of 36. The Tonga Rugby Union confirmed Moa's death on December 16, 2021, issuing an emotional statement in which they hailed him as a stalwart of Ikale Tahi Tonga rugby, who will now have his name etched among the echelons of the legendary greats. No cause of death was disclosed. Born on March 11, 1985 in Tafoa, Tonga, Moa moved to New Zealand in his youth, attending Whanhunga High School, Southern Cross Campus, and La Salle College in Mandurah East. He made his provincial debut for Auckland in 2005, going on to make 58 appearances and helping secure 2 NPC titles and lift the prestigious Ranfurly Shield. In 2010, he switched to Bay of Plenty for 1 season before embarking on his Super Rugby career. Moa debuted for the Blues in 2007, earning 27 caps and scoring 5 tries across 4 seasons before a brief stint with the Chiefs in 2011. Later that year, he signed for Section Paloise in France, where he featured 89 times and became a fan favorite for his powerful running and precision passing. That on the international stage, Moa represented Tonga 21 times between 2011 and 2015. He played every match at the 2011 Rugby World Cup, including starting against New Zealand in the tournament opener and playing a key role in Tonga's famous 19-14 victory over eventual finalists France. His vision, technical skill, and physicality at scrum half, coupled with his ability to cover fly half, made him a formidable opponent and a leader on the field. Tributes have poured in from former teammates and clubs alike. Auckland Rugby extended their thoughts and condolences to Moa's family, while the Blues alumni and Pacific Rugby players have set up support for his wife Fetu and their 3 sons, honoring his legacy both as a player and a devoted family man. Liam Walsh, born on September 12, 1998, was a promising English Rugby League footballer who rose through the Widnes Vikings academy system to fulfill his dream of representing his hometown club in the Super League. Primarily deployed as a second-row forward, he made his senior debut in May 2017 against the Leeds Rhinos and went on to make 6 first-team appearances for the Vikings before departing the club in 2019. Tragedy struck on the night of Saturday, September 18, 2021, when the 23-year-old was walking near the junction of Cronton Road and College Fields in Widnes at approximately 11:52 p.m. and was struck by a red Vauxhall Corsa. Despite being rushed to Whiston Hospital, he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead on September 19, 2021, mere hours after the collision. The shock reverberated throughout the rugby league community, with the Rugby Football League Vice President Mike Smith describing it as a terrible tragedy and pledging the RFL's support to Walsh's family and friends. Widnes Vikings CEO Phil Finney paid tribute to Liam's character and impact, recalling his sense of humor and contagious personality, and announcing that the team would observe a minute's silence and don black armbands in his honor during their final home fixture of the season. In August 2023, a 58-year-old Widnes man pleaded guilty to causing the former back rower's death by careless driving and is due to be sentenced in the coming months. Though his professional career was brief, Liam's dedication, hard work, and affable nature left a lasting impression on teammates, coaches, and supporters alike, and his untimely passing continues to resonate across all levels of the sport he loved. Robert Jeffrey Rob Burrow, September 26, 1982 to June 2, 2024, was an English professional rugby league footballer whose diminutive stature belied an extraordinary career and an equally remarkable battle with motor neurone disease. Born in Pontefract, West Yorkshire, Burrow joined the Leeds Rhinos Academy in 1999 and made his first team debut in April 2001. Over the next 16 seasons, he amassed 492 appearances, scored 196 tries, and contributed 1,103 points for the club, helping drive them to 8 Super League Grand Final victories, 2 Challenge Cups, and 3 World Club Challenge titles. Standing just 1.65 m tall and weighing 66 kilograms, he was long regarded as the smallest player in Super League, yet earned selection for England and Great Britain on multiple occasions, captained Yorkshire, and twice claimed the Harry Sunderland Trophy as man of the match in grand finals. In December 2019, Burrow's life took a new turn when he was diagnosed with motor neurone disease, MND. Rather than retreat, he and former teammate Kevin Sinfield embarked on a fundraising and awareness campaign that has to date generated millions of pounds for MND research and care, earning both men CBEs in the 2024 New Year honors for their tireless advocacy. Burrow's struggle with MND inspired a BBC documentary, raised his profile as a campaigner far beyond the rugby league community, and culminated on June 2, 2024, when he succumbed to complications of the disease at Pinderfields Hospital in Wakefield, aged 41. Tributes poured in worldwide. A minute's silence was observed at England's Euro 2024 warm-up match at St. James Park. Memorials were held at Wembley's Challenge Cup Finals Day and at Leeds Rhinos' John Holmes statue. And on July 7th, thousands lined the streets of Wakefield for his funeral cortege, which paused at his boyhood club's ground to honor the junior who dared to dream. Burrow is survived by his wife Lindsay, their 3 children, and a legacy that will endure through the Rob Burrow Center for Motor Neurone Disease, scheduled to open in 2025, ensuring his courage continues to light the way for all affected by the illness. Robert Bob Fulton, widely acknowledged as one of rugby league's true titans and one of the original 4 immortals, passed away on May 23, 2021 in Darlinghurst, New South Wales, at the age of 74 after a courageous battle with cancer. Born on December 1, 1947 in Stockton Heath, Cheshire, England, Fulton emigrated to Australia with his family at age 4 and went on to forge an extraordinary career, spanning more than 3 decades as a player, coach, and commentator. He burst onto the first-grade scene in 1966 with the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, where his exceptional skill, as a back, marked by a club record 129 tries and 510 points over 151 appearances, helped secure 3 premierships in 1972, 1973, and 1976, the last as captain. Internationally, Fulton donned the green and gold 35 times between 1968 and 1978, captaining Australia on 7 occasions and earning the World Cup Man of the Series title in 1970. After hanging up his boots in 1979, Bozo transitioned seamlessly into coaching, leading the Eastern Suburbs Roosters and later returning to Manly to guide the Sea Eagles to grand final triumphs in 1987 and 1996. His tenure as Australian coach from 1989 to 1998 yielded 32 wins from 39 tests, including success in the 1992 and 1995 World Cups and back-to-back Kangaroo Tours. Beyond the field, Fulton's passion for the game saw him become a respected selector and commentator, further shaping rugby league's evolution. His passing prompted an outpouring of tributes from across the sport, with former teammates and protégés alike lauding his fierce competitiveness, tactical brilliance, and unwavering commitment to respect and loyalty. Fulton is survived by his beloved wife and sons Scott, Brett, and daughter Christy, all of whom joined officials and fans at his state funeral in early June 2021 to celebrate a life indelibly woven into the fabric of Australian sport. Brian Idris Rees O.B., August 28, 1942 to December 29, 2021, was born in Neath, Wales and educated at Neath Grammar School before winning a place to study medicine at Christ's College, University of Cambridge, where he remarkably earned 4 Blues in rugby and captained the Light Blues in their narrow 6-5 loss to the touring 1966 Wallabies. After moving to London to complete his clinical training at St. Bartholomew's Hospital, Rees joined London Welsh and in 1967 won 3 caps as a hooker for Wales during the 5 Nations Championship. He subsequently featured on the uncapped 1968 Tour of Argentina and was selected for the 1969 New Zealand Tour, but withdrew to sit vital medical examinations. Balancing 2 demanding careers, he returned to Cardiff as a surgeon, ultimately becoming lead cancer clinician at the University Hospital of Wales, where he pioneered teaching units in laparoscopic techniques, now known as the Welsh Institute of Minimal Access Therapy, and was appointed an officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 2000 New Year Honours for services to medicine. Beyond his clinical and sporting achievements, Rees served as High Sheriff of South Glamorgan in 2008 and later chaired the Welsh Rugby Charitable Trust, mentoring both medical trainees and young rugby talent across Wales. His passing at the age of 79, announced by BBC Sport on December 30, 2021, prompted tributes from former teammates, hospital colleagues, and national rugby figures alike, all celebrating a life that blended athletic excellence with surgical innovation and public service. Terence John Davies MBE, born in Binya on September 24, 1932, passed away on August 5, 2021 at the age of 88 after suffering a chest infection compounded by COVID-19. A product of Welsh youth rugby, Davies broke into the Swansea RFC first team in 1951 and went on to play 53 matches for the club before transferring to Llanelli in 1956, where he amassed over 150 appearances through to 1961. Renowned for his courageous tackling, positional intelligence, and metronomic kicking, he earned 21 caps for Wales between 1953 and 1961, 3 of which he served as captain, amassing 50 international points and establishing himself as the last of the great pre-spectator-driven fullbacks. In 1959, Davies was selected for the British and Irish Lions tour of Australia and New Zealand, where despite a leg injury limiting him to 13 of 31 matches, he finished as the leading point scorer with 21 conversions and 15 penalties, and starred in the victorious fourth test in Auckland, earning a place in the tour team of the series. Beyond international and Lions honours, he represented the Barbarians on 13 occasions, including tours to Canada and South Africa, and featured in a combined Wales-England side at Twickenham in 1959. Off the field, Davies built a successful career as a timber merchant and sawmill owner, and in recognition of his services to the communities of Binya and Llanelli was appointed an MBE in the 2013 New Year Honours. 3 years earlier, he was inducted into the Welsh Rugby Union Hall of Fame. A cherished figure among teammates and supporters alike, he remained an active member of the Llanelli Former Players Association and was commemorated on the Scarlets Legends Wall at Parkwise Scarlets. Scarlets president Phil Bennett remembered him as one of the greats, an outstanding player with a real aura about him, while Lions contemporaries lauded his skill, character, and enduring legacy. His death marks the loss of a true pioneer of fullback play and a beloved ambassador of Welsh rugby. Stephen Hallgate, December 15, 1971 to November 16, 2021, was an English professional rugby league forward whose career spanned the 1990s and early 2000s. Born in Whitehaven, Cumberland, he began with Hensingham ARLFC before making his professional debut for Workington Town in 1994, where he quickly established himself as a powerful ball-running prop and second rower. His performances earned him a call-up to the England squad, and he won his solitary international cap in 1995, as well as representing Cumbria the same year. In December 1996, Wigan Warriors paid a reported £100,000 to bring Hallgate to the club, and he featured 22 times during the 1998 season, including playing in the inaugural Super League Grand Final victory over Leeds Rhinos at Old Trafford. After his stint at Wigan, Hallgate had brief spells with Hull Sharks, Halifax Blue Sox, and a return to Workington Town before injuries curtailed his playing days, and he retired in 2000. News of Hallgate's passing was first announced by his hometown club Workington Town on social media, with the club tweeting, "It's with great sadness that we learn of the passing of ex-player Stephen Hallgate, an extraordinarily talented player who we are privileged to say graced Derwent Park. Rest in peace, Mara." Wigan Warriors followed suit, expressing their condolences and recalling his contribution to their maiden grand final triumph. Hull FC paid tribute to the former England international, noting his role in their squad during the 1999 campaign, while local rivals Whitehaven and Halifax also conveyed their sorrow, highlighting the high regard in which Hallgate was held across Cumbria and the rugby league community at large. His death at the age of 49 was met with widespread mourning among former teammates, coaches, and supporters who remembered him not only for his on-field power and skill, but also for his warmth and dedication to the sport. Oane Llewellyn Williams, born in 1964 and raised in Ogmore-by-Sea, was educated at Bryntig Comprehensive School, an institution famed for producing Welsh internationals, and first made his mark as a star of the Wales under-18 side that secured a Grand Slam in 1983. He began his senior rugby career with Glamorgan Wanderers before spending a season in Australia with Wests in Brisbane, where he even appeared for Queensland against touring New Zealand and England sides, and then returning home to represent his hometown club Bridgend for 4 seasons. In 1992, he joined Cardiff, where over the next decade, he would become an Arms Park legend, amassing 221 first-team appearances, playing in 2 Welsh Cup winning sides, and featuring in the inaugural Heineken Cup final in 1996. His international honours included captaining Wales at sevens level and earning a solitary test cap, scoring a try against Namibia on June 9, 1990, in Windhoek. Off the field, Williams demonstrated remarkable resilience. After retiring in 2001, he transitioned into a career as a production designer for television and film, most notably on the BBC's Casualty, and in 2006 underwent surgery to remove an eye following cancer treatment, yet continued to support rugby passionately through his 4 children, 2 of whom, Teddy and Henri, have followed him into the professional game. In the summer of 2021, after a prolonged battle with cancer, Williams passed away on September 12 at the age of 56, prompting an outpouring of tributes from his former club and colleagues. Cardiff Rugby's official statement mourned one of the very first names on the team sheet, whose diligence, professionalism, and athleticism made him undoubtedly one of the best back row forwards Cardiff has ever had, while Welsh Rugby Union head of participation Geraint John praised him as a fantastic rugby player but an outstanding person and family man. His former Wales and Lions teammate Jonathan Davies remembered him as a great reader of the game, whose quick, dry wit made him invaluable in the squad, and former captain Amir Lewis saluted, a real character on and off the pitch. Williams's legacy endures not only in the record books and the memories of his peers, but in the ongoing careers of his sons, ensuring that the spirit and tenacity he embodied will continue to inspire Welsh rugby for generations to come. Dennis Joseph Hickeyi, April 12, 1943 to December 26, 2021, was a celebrated Irish Rugby Union number 8 whose quiet dignity and unwavering excellence left a lasting legacy. Born in Dublin, he first gained attention as a towering forward for St. Mary's College's historic 1961 win in the Leinster School Senior Cup alongside his brother Tony. A stalwart of St. Mary's RFC for over 15 years, Hickeyi captained the side for 3 seasons, 65-66, 66-67, 75-76, and helped secure 3 Leinster Senior Cup titles, 69, 71, 72. Along with the inaugural Leinster Senior League in 1971-72 and the 1975 Club Championship of Ireland. Elevated to Leinster and Ireland in the early 1970s, Hickeyi earned 23 provincial caps and in 1972 received the honor of playing for the Barbarians. He made history in January 1971. Alongside Shaun Lynch, he became one of the first St. Mary's RFC players to be capped by Ireland, debuting in a 9-9 draw with France at Lansdowne Road. Representing Ireland during the 1971 and 1972 Five Nations Championships, he featured in landmark victories over France in Paris and England at Twickenham, narrowly missing a Grand Slam due to teams unable to travel amid the Troubles. Hickeyi's playing style was marked by imposingly silent leadership. He led by action rather than words. Journalist George Hook aptly eulogized him as brave, uncomplaining, and private, and described him as a perfect fit for rugby. Despite his formidable talent, selectors capped him just 6 times for Ireland and once for the Barbarians, numbers that belied his impact on the field. Off the pitch, Hickeyi was a devoted family man. He passed away on December 26, 2021 in Dublin after battling ill health, including dementia, in the care of Belmont Nursing Home in Stillorgan. He is survived by his children, Bridget, Gavin, and Leanne, and adored grandchildren. Tributes poured in, praising his modesty and enduring friendship.